So I slept in today. It's like 11:40 now. I slept in till 10. I didn't get up till 10:15. So I wasted half my day just like I literally didn't wake up. I was literally dreaming until 10, which is unusual. Usually it's like 8:30, 9:20 is usually like asleep in, but then today it was like 10. And I was like, geez, I don't know how this happened to be. But I had a little bit of a restless sleep in the middle of the night. I was like watching a little bit of a movie. I get addicted to watching these movies on the internet because it's like I've been in some of them, but I haven't been credited for them. But I've been in some of them, and I'm like looking and going, "Oh, this is me at my, when I was so much younger." And they're actually quite peppy movies. I mean, you think they're going to be dramatic, but they're actually quite peppy. They've got a little bit of a spark, a humor spark to them. So, and I'm like, you think it'd be like totally dramatic, but it's actually kind of like positive in a way. So I'm like, yeah, they're easy to watch. I mean, they're the lowest of budgets, but they're easy to watch. I'm like, yeah, sort of glad I did get into a phase of participating in projects at some stage, It's like, and then I'm like going, yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah. I have no idea if like my days are done kind of thing with all that stuff now. So it's like, at the moment it's like, yeah, it's definitely done because, if I stay here and continue to stay here, it's like, you can spend your whole life here and you won't do anything. You'll just be doing this. You're walking around, scouring the property, seeing if anything's dead in the morning, looking after pets. Like you could spend, a good long while like this, or forever, But I don't know. I could easily spend another year here. And if the weather's perfect, I'd be like, another year is easy. I still sometimes get fearful of extreme weather, but here's not a bushfire zone, so I never met bushfires here. So bushfires are pretty freaky. They just come out of nowhere, and it's just a line of flames. I've owned probably 3 or 4 properties previously in bushfire zones, and I totally you can get non-toxic fire things, but people plot little dead animals on your property and say, oh look, you're killing the natural wildlife, because farmers and people in the country are stupid, but they do stuff like that. But that really works if you spray it all over the place. Even if you just make a barrier, say you put up a wall or something and spray it all over the wall, that immediately protects your property from bushfires. So that helps, and I usually spray it like a couple of meters up on the trees too, so that the bases of the trees won't get engulfed in flames, but the tops of the trees do. So you're like going, what are you gonna do with that? And it's like, well, I don't know, but using streams as well, just build some water streams 1 to 2 meters and surround that helps to protect, and yeah, it is a bit of a battle. I sometimes wish I knew everything about caring for animals, and then I'd be like a total animal rescuer, like, caring for the animals. But you get surprised where crocodiles come from. Like, they go wandering through the bush, and it's like, I'm exhausted. Oh, what's this string? I'm gonna go make it my home. So crocodiles just wander around. If you build a big pond for them, they'll just float around in the pond and use that as their home. They just come out of nowhere. They're just, miles and miles of bush, and then they're just walking through it, looking for another little hole to live in, a little water hole. So if you do have crocodiles, you just build a big little pond or dam or something, and they'll keep around it. You won't want anything near the pond or the dam. It'll be like the crocodile zone, because you can't. They're vicious. They're vicious little craps. They use their snouts as a hammer. If they get under your house, they just clobber the underneath of the house with their snouts until the wood gives way, if you have a wooden house. And then they go, ah. They know what they're doing. The only good thing is, if you type their snouts so that they can't use their mouths, they're not that vicious. They're like stupid. So the trick is to get some rope and wind it around a few times and double knot it, and they're like, when they can't use their mouths, they're not that vicious. They just walk around. You can pet them. So the only thing that's vicious about them is their mouths. They don't like clobber you with their bodies. Crocodiles or alligators, I don't know the difference, but silly. Yeah, you can virtually ride. No, you probably wouldn't want to ride on a crocodile. You just push them out of the way. It's like, you don't have your vicious mouth anymore. Yeah, they're kind of funny. They're kind of funny, but they're kind of scary too. Yeah, the wind is so cold though. It's like the first stage of winter. Last night my chest wanted something on it. I think I might have to. I've got cotton pajamas which are a lot warmer than my bamboo pajamas. At the moment I've been using my bamboo pajamas, but I think I might need to put at least a cotton shirt underneath, because last night my chest was freezing. I was like thinking, I need like a long sleeve, high neck wool bed shirt or something. And then I realized, no, I've got a pretty warm cotton shirt, so I just put that underneath, and that should keep my chest warm. But the air is really cold, so you're breathing in really cold air, and my chest was like really freezing. My neck and my chest were freezing. So that's what I noticed last night while the weather turned ice. It's been blowy, icy wind. Now it's not blowing, but in the past couple of nights, the wind has increased to blowing at night. I was like, ooh, what's all this wind? So, I don't know. During the day it's not windy, but then at night, especially, blowy wind. Don't know where it comes from. I don't know why it's there. It's just there. You walk outside, it's like, oh, freezing, blowing wind. I should put on my my dress and do like a little bit of a, Marilyn pose and be like, ooh, standing in the wind. But I can't do that because, other people live here, and it's like, it's like they'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, just like mucking around. But essentially, if this was my house and I was living alone, I could. I'd be like, ooh, oh, the wind. I should be working today, but I'm getting sick of work. So, and it's Friday, so I don't have to work till the 4 to 5, or 5 to 6, whenever. So I essentially don't really need to be on the phones today. It's all just, when you get on the phones, it's all just like, I should study today and then get on the phones this afternoon when I booked like probably 6 people to call. They don't usually pick up the phone, but if they did, that could mean an immediate sale because you've rebooked for it. But saying that, a lot of times when I book people, they just don't pick up the phone, so it goes to message bank. And you're like, they lied. They lied to me. They just wanted me to go away. I had this interview yesterday. It was a little bit challenging. I had no idea what ad I had applied to because I was looking for their business name on the ad, and I couldn't find an ad with their business name on it. And so I was like, oh, no idea which. But then I realized when I was talking to them, I think it's this market research where you get hired to call people. Because I remembered looking at the website, because on the advertisement it said to look at the website and know it. And I'd looked at it, but I'd forgotten all the information on it. So when they said, why do you want to work for us as a business? And I'm like, I don't know. I was actually doing to the ad more than the business. I don't know that much about the business, but it's always positive if you work for a business with, with good work ethics and a community. If you work for a business with a community-minded business, you can feel a sense of pride for it. I said something like that, but I should just say, oh, I like the business. I think the business is positive and progressive, and I like it how it's community-minded, deals with agriculture, which is a important industry, and But I didn't say it like that. I said it's always positive if you look for a business which has the following attributes. So I was sort of just dilly-dallying. But they said, at least 1 week to know if I got the job. I mean, it's just a casual job, but I don't know. I don't know if I say the right things. I always say the wrong things when and I should be like writing notes all the time. I like to work for a business, a stable business, which is strong, encouraging, progressive, modern. I should say something more like that. Maybe I should say something more like that. I don't know. I always just ramble whatever's on the top of my head. I don't always plan things. I should go make a database. All the questions I've been asked at different interviews, I should make little boxes and little answers for them. And keep a sheet of it. I don't have a printer though, so I can't print it out, but I should keep it there and be like, there's your answer. It's like an answers page that you just keep for yourself. Yeah, a garden. Besides the flowers, nothing much is like really popping in the garden. It's all like, wintry looking. Anyway, I better go do something. I'm wandering around here for like 30 minutes easy. I think I gotta make a telephone call too.